Welcome back to the jump off point. I am Sly.
And I am slightly disinterested Spook.
And I'm the chief.
I know we said we were going to come back after seeing both last episodes of Star Trek Discovery. I've just watched Star Trek Discovery episode 14. Title, we don't really care that much because it enraged us and amused us and infuriated us that much. So we felt we had to come back. Gentlemen, what did you think of Star Trek Discovery episode 14?
Bad.
I can't say I have laughed this much since I saw the Spider-Man reboot. It was
Which one?
The Andrew Garfield one, and I remember.
Which one?
No, I remember watching we were in the cinema and watching that scene where
Electro?
Jamie Foxx, is it? He was going up the stairs to fix there was something wrong, and he ran right past the vat of electric eels. He ran up and he went to reconnect there's two wires that had come loose. That was the whole problem. And he climbed up and he tried to fix it. And everyone expected a shock and he connected it. It was fine. But then it shocked him and he fell straight to the vat of electric eels. And it was quite possibly the funniest transformation I've ever seen. There were things in this episode where I laughed so fucking hard. Let's begin with Tyler Vok. Apparently, Saru doesn't find him dangerous, so lets him run.
This guy who killed everyone, we're just going to let him run the streets of
and quite possibly
Discovery.
the best bit in this is once he's set free, he's walking down the corridor, and who does he bump into?
Stamets!
The Doctor, whose
not the
partner
Doctor.
he killed.
No, Stamets.
Sorry, engineer, whose partner he killed. Yes, thank you for correcting me.
No, his partner was the
In the Mirror Universe, he probably is a
Yeah,
doctor.
yeah. And
No, he was just a prick of an engineer.
Well,
And
there's
the
a lot of
engineer
bricks.
says something like, "Does it got you that you killed my partner?" And Tyler goes, "Yes." Go, well, that's enough. I'm fine. I'm fine if you kill my partner.
As you were, on your
you
way.
were. Yep. If it
Right,
guts you.
I'm happy you said yes. All right, I'm going to go.
You've murdered an officer on this ship. Just keep walking the corridors like nothing happened.
As long as
You're
it
a
guts you.
Klingon, that's
If
right.
it guts
As
you.
long as you're sorry.
Yep. And
You said
guts-
sorry.
Yep.
All right, that makes it all
And
good.
let's just follow Tyler's progression. He then goes into the mess where everyone gives him
Actually, the mess is an apt term right
Yes.
now.
gives him very shady looks and oh shit, look, it's that Klingon human.
Killer.
And, yep. And
You know, we're at war with the Klingons. We should probably hate him.
And he sits at a table alone, and then Tilly thinks, "Geez, he looks lonely. I better go over there. He's killed people, but..."
I've got to love me some Klingon.
Yeah. And she goes over there, and he says, "Geez, you shouldn't really be here because, I'm a fucking maniacal killer." And then she goes,
With a wristband on, though.
"But it's okay." And everyone else sees that she's joined him, so they say, "Let's all go over to that fucking same table." Can I just sort of throw back here too? Or not throw back. Got to
I
go
love
back.
you, Super Nintendo chums.
You go back to episode 2 or whatever, where Burnham and the other prisoners were taken aboard on Discovery and I was brought to the mess. Apparently the fucking mess...
Oh, they don't care.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
just, they don't
Brig,
put anyone
mess.
in the brig.
They're two four-letter words. They're easily misunderstood.
Maybe brig.
I get it wrong all the time.
Alright, so let's jump forward.
Shit is another four-letter word. I just want to throw that in.
Crap.
Yeah, I got another C
Fuck.
letter word.
Fuck's another four-letter word.
So, what happens now is Klingons have apparently been dominating the war, and the Discovery goes to Starbase 1 and finds it's being captured by a certain brand of Klingons.
And they spray paint
They
it.
spray paint it.
Back to it. That's right.
Let's tag this building.
We was here. Didn't have was here.
Hang on a second. Are they at war with anybody else? Oh, I don't think so. Well, let's not put it without doubt and tag the building.
Can you imagine the conversation between the Klingon hierarchy where the Klingon admiral goes, "Have we secured the base?" "I believe so, sir." "Then tag it." "I think there's still some resistance." "Tag the base!"
Lock photon. What would Klingon
Lock
say?
spray
Photon?
paint. Lock spray paint on the masthead. And let's go. And
Do you reckon
then...
they have an officer who's in charge of that? It's a spray paint officer.
Yep, and then the Admiral has a meltdown on the Discovery Bridge, and he's just too shocked to actually make any decisions. So Saru, whose shit ganglia went up here, yay, it's done something, he makes the call. Let's get the fuck out of here. and they leave.
And
Run away.
And then you got to get back to the fact that the Enterprise. It's not the Enterprise. I shouldn't say that. The Discovery. Discovery figured out how to identify the Klingon ships in about 3 minutes. And after 9 months, they still haven't figured out how to get a Klingon cloaking ship. And so that's the reason. That's the reason that they've
had to lose the war, though.
Yeah, that's the reason why they're saying they're losing the war, because they can't figure out where these cloaking ships are, because no one's figured out how to identify the cloaking ship.
Let's go back to Ash Tyler, who has this unresolved love romantic relationship with Burnham, and Burnham first walks into wherever Tyler is being kept. I think in the dining room or something.
I thought it was like the presidential suite. It looked pretty big.
Yeah, recreation room.
It's the dessert room, I think.
The dessert room.
And she makes the first step like, ooh, I'm a little bit wary. And she recoils. Only time she does it, later in that scene where he approaches her, where he reaches out for her, he does all these things, she doesn't make a move. But just that first fucking step. And then they talk about their relationship, and she goes, I felt, when you tried to choke me, I felt Voke's hands. And it's meant to be this real tense moment of, I don't know what's real.
Days of Our Discovery, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a very much soap operatic.
Soap opera.
But I think the worst thing is, seriously, Burnham, you're the danger in that room, not Vok. You've killed quite a few more people than him.
She had the most normal reaction to the killer half Klingon person than anyone. I can't do it because you're a killer and you nearly killed me, and I can't accept it anymore. Where everyone else wants to be his friend and have dinner with him and all the rest of it. She's the only one out of everyone that said, yeah, you're a killer. But I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
But I hear there was a lot of outtakes in this scene in the mess where they were like cutting to peripheral crew where they were saying, is he evil? And someone else said, he's got a beard, not a goatee. I think he's good. I think he's good to talk to. He's not a mirror universe evil.
It would have been better if someone just went up and belted him. Honestly,
I'm going to come back around to this.
It's just ridiculous.
So I think we'll explore that. And then the plot is what? We need to wait a bit to Klingon, so let's talk to Mirror Universe Giorgio.
Of which there are no parallels other than the fact that these people look together. There's any history there that has any bearing on how this war is progressing. There is nothing. So in the Mirror Universe, they've dominated the Klingons. What, fucking
100 years, 200 years beforehand?
They're a beaten down species. So what bearing does that knowledge have on this fucking universe, other than the fact that it is, and now in this one it has to be because
exactly
you
the same
did it.
way.
It just doesn't. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like this whole fucking show makes no fucking sense.
But I mean,
really just getting back to that fucking contrived fucking relationship between Burnham and Ash,
Tyler.
fucking from Alien.
Days of our Ash.
They fucking what? They pashed on a fucking planet once, from what I remember.
Oh no, there was a lot
and
more
maybe
than that.
they
had the scene at the end of one episode where they looked longingly into each other's eyes.
Yeah, but the thing is, having these breakdown of relationships means something if you've invested in these characters over 1 or 2 or 3 seasons, and where it becomes a shock value.
No, it was three.
This is forced down your fucking throat with such fucking contrivance that you can't sit there but not feel anything other than rejection towards this because it doesn't resonate with anybody. I don't give a fuck if you two love each other or hate each other. I don't care enough about either of you at this stage of this TV show to give a fuck what happens.
Can I make a special mention? Michael Burnham is a terrible, 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 terrible character. Did I mention she's terrible? She started as an interesting character.
Terrible?
But she's fucking an appalling character who just flip-flops every scene, has meltdowns every second scene.
No consistency in anything she does.
No.
That's the perfect description. No consistency.
And it's like,
I changed to suit whatever the fuck the story is this way.
Basically, yeah.
And she laments,
She's Kylo Burnham.
Yeah.
That's what
that's it. She laments having an emotional reaction in fucking the pilot or the first 2 episodes.
Just ridiculous.
She had a emotional reaction.
She was okay in the
I really liked the first couple episodes, but she's become really an annoying character. But anyway, let's jump this. So they go to Giorgio, who's being locked in a fucking penthouse suite where she has whiskey and all this shit.
That seems to be what the Briggs are. It's just like they did with Ash. He's in the penthouse as well.
But she had whiskey there too. And, she's pitching a plan like, let's go attack the Klingon homeworld. And let's fucking put this in context. What they establish in this is it's not the Klingon Empire attacking the Federation. It's the 24 separate houses attacking separately. So they're all attacking independent of one another, which should be
easy to pick off.
Yeah.
Any half
and turn them again.
Military should be able to pick off.
You'd
24
think. I mean, I'm just
weak players.
Off the top of my head, you think if you're fucking Starfleet intelligence, you go, you know what? House of Bob hates the House of Bill.
We'll do deal with the House of Bob.
Or let's fucking turn them against each other.
Yeah.
You know, you'd be doing so. You'd be going, let's play them all against each other. They all hate each other.
Let's get rocking in the House of Love.
I'm moving on the couch.
I don't know what happened there. Just keep moving.
And
Georgio's
plan.
Wrote this had no idea.
Georgio's plan is to attack the homeworld of Klingon. And you think no one in 9 months has contemplated this. No one said, let's fucking go straight to the heart of.
But that's basically standard World War II tactics. The Allies just decided when they were getting hammered, they just do bombing raids against Germany and Berlin. But even though they got hammered in every bombing raid, they thought, we've got to give them fear. That was the whole thing was we got to give the Germans fear, and it's not a new tactic somewhere revolutionary. It's you got to give the opposition fear.
I mean, the difference here is, the Germans were they were fighting on different fronts, but the Germans were united. He got 24 different houses.
That's right. It should be easier to do that.
But you think if you're attacking like their homeworld, they're going to go, there's probably a good reason we should unite and just annihilate these pricks, and then we'll...
And there's 24 different houses. What the fuck are they doing on Kronos? What are these 24? Is it like 24 different continents, 24 different like little countries? They're not going to attack each other in Kronos, but they're going to attack each other out in the universe. Is that how fucking stupid the logic in this is? Kronos, we can't kill each other in Kronos. We're going to kill each other in Sector 42B. How fucking ridiculous is that?
It's a point I've made and infinitum watching this fucking show. There is no sense of weight to any of this.
No.
You don't see any of this. This stuff all happens off screen.
Yeah,
there is no episode dedicated to the Klingon infighting or the fact. You're just told this and you're supposed to just accept it.
Did you miss the episode, the Klingon infight? Let me remind you.
Well, there was a Scrabble game that went
bad.
I apologise to our listeners. I did not remember toothpicks that night. My eyelids could not prop themselves open. I apologise for missing that important plot point. As you were.
Plot point. So what are the other thoughts about this? I mean, it ended with, them going to Georgia.
Oh, no, you're forgetting the Sarek bit. So supposedly, even this whatever bullshit, go warp into some cavern in Kronos and map where all the things... Even that's not going to work to kill Klingons. But Georgia's got some other deal that she does with Sarek to destroy the Klingons that's meant to be really bad. And but she has to have some payback for this. So instead of Sarek just ripping it out of her mind like he did with Saru... Mind meld.
Or a transwarp mind meld.
Do a mind meld like he did with Saru when they came on at the beginning and just saying, all right, what stupid idea. How did you do it? Just mind meld, get it out. I'm going to deal with this Terran from some other dimensional galaxy and give her what she wants. Really?
But that was the whole fucking thing, I mean,
seriously?
Burnham brought Giorgio over, and then the fucking Admiral said, we don't get any evil motive from... as to why you've come over. And it's like, well, no, she didn't come over willingly. She was fucking ripped over by Burnham, who just doesn't really give a shit about anyone's fucking
nothing,
free will or anything. It's like, well, hang on. This character who has no fucking knowledge of this universe, no knowledge of this galaxy, no altruism at all, is going to be your fucking savior because she has a fucking passing
150 years ago, the humans beat the Klingons, and then at the end,
parallel.
She's the captain. They actually seriously
that was always going to happen. This is a part of her redemption.
Stupidly,
so she can set herself up in the next episode to sacrifice herself in a meaningful way.
Can I say this though? This is I really fucking contained my laughter. You look at this fucking universe. I seriously fucking want to go destroy you all. You look at this universe, so far outside the original Giorgio, the captains have been Lorca, who scuttled his ship and destroyed his entire crew. Giorgio, who's killed...
Was that Lorca going to the Mirror Universe?
I don't know.
Killed...
They never explained that.
Giorgio... Burnham has killed 8,000 people and now Giorgio from the Mirror Universe, where she's killed countless others through tyranny. I mean, obviously, fucking it's also really, really fucking funny. It's about 8 episodes ago when this admiral was banging Lorca and she was fondling his back and he fucking woke up suddenly and almost killed her. She had this reaction: "You're too unstable to lead us, but I will give captaincy to this fucking psycho from the other universe."
This emperor who's used to everyone bowing and doing whatever.
Come on, it's a demotion, everybody. Let's call it for what it is. She's accepted it willingly.
Extraordinary circumstances.
Gonna slaughter our universe, but she will captain this fucking ship that now is so incredibly important.
For whatever deal I've just done now.
We've never heard of it before, but it's incredibly important.
I'm actually really surprised that fucking at some point they didn't wheel out Harry Mudd as the next captain. This guy has killed people. Let's get him out there. You're gonna fucking kill someone.
You know why? Because he could not see me because of the mud.
Spooks made some
terrible
logical jumps.
And then obviously there's the whole mycelium planet that they just made.
I forgot about that. I tried to forget that.
You forgot about that one because that's the only way they can actually get into into Kronos.
Who
knows how that
did I get it wrong that in previous episodes they tried to grow the mushrooms and they then put fucking stamets into the grid or whatever because of the lack of ability to do or grow enough fucking spores or whatever. And then all of a sudden, I've got this pod. Let's go to this moon that we've never mentioned before, and we can grow an entire planet of mycelium.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Like
I don't know exactly. I didn't follow what the hell was happening.
Apparently, what happened was like they were growing the mushrooms, and then they opened a pizza place in Deco, and that would just wiped out the mushroom supply.
The mycelium pizza was
all right.
huge.
Anyway, let's go into
huge.
Let's go into episode 15, which is fucking...
Do we have to?
This is the last episode, so we're
ever. Eventually
entitled, but it's not going to happen.
Will you take my hand?
My hand?
Actually, no. Let's do a quick... What do you think is going to happen?
I was going to say that now. So we're about to go into episode 15. Quick, in 28 seconds or less.
Everyone dies.
You wish?
No.
No. The Emperor, as I said before, she'll redeem herself / sacrifice herself to save this fucking mirror universe she doesn't care about, and in the very last scene they'll meet up with something from the original series that'll try and bridge this fucking shit of a show.
Well, can I just mention when you're talking like the original series again, timeline? I don't know if the fucking writers realise this. The original series featured William Shatner as Captain Kirk and all that shit. But there was a pilot before that which featured Robert Hunter as Captain Pike.
Yeah.
I think that was his name. Sorry if I got that wrong. And that was rejected by the network, so they made the new pilot with William Shatner and all that shit. But then in canon, they set that original pilot, that unaired pilot, 10 years before. And then they reused footage in the Menagerie episodes, was it? So at the timeline of Discovery, Pike is flying around here with the Enterprise, with Spock on the Enterprise.
You could be right here.
And they're not at war with the Klingons.
They weren't in that.
No, they were out there boldly discovering.
Yep.
Yeah.
So at the time of the original series, it was about its second or third 5-year mission into the life of the starship, which obviously they were far enough away to be removed from this shit.
But this is meant to be 10 years before Kirk, isn't it?
Yeah, this is meant to be an absolute piece of shit.
Yeah, this is meant to be 10 years before Kirk.
I don't think it's meant to be a piece of shit. I think it just turned out to be a piece of shit.
10 years before the original series.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just sort of trying to say, are these people mindful of what they're doing? Let's see the way it ties up. I don't really have any predictions outside of what we made earlier. This is I don't want to be the first one to use the C word on this family show. But this is a
constellation.
Yeah. This is
a cracker of a show.
It's
constellation.
Gives a cock up of a show. So if anyone's got nothing left to add, we will sign off and be back.
However, let me just add this one thing. What if Lorca is that last fucking scene?
I reckon Lorca's got to make some reappearance somewhere along the line.
Actually, can I throw in something because I forgot it?
And I reckon Burnham will die.
You could be throwing up something in about 45 minutes.
Just saying, like, I'm watching this episode. It's only one episode, but I was thinking, what's missing now is
a good episode.
Yes, but yes,
plot,
yes,
structure,
yes,
interest,
yes,
good characters,
yes. But the presence of Lorca was probably fucking actually beneficial to the show, even though he wasn't written very well. The actor had presence. Everyone revolved around him. If you're gonna have a good show and you're gonna have a lead character who's a commanding officer, or whether it's captain or lieutenant in a fucking police force or whatever, it's got to be somebody credible, somebody with presence, Star Trek: The Next Generation did it with Patrick Stewart. DS9 did it with Avery Brooks. This show probably didn't do it as well, but now you watch it, I'm thinking, fuck, it's really missing him. It's already missed him.
Locke improved as the series went along. As I said, there was that recent episode, and then they just wrecked him.
Mirror universe where everything that was bad is good.
And everything that is good is bad.
So there could be another Locke out there.
The mirror of the
be
mirror.
Like maybe 10,000.
Maybe there's a mirror of a mirror of a mirror of a mirror. It's like when you stand in front of two mirrors. There's just mirrors going off to infinity.
So maybe it's like when Ray looked at herself and saw herself and nothing changed.
And I kept trying to sign off, but I kept remembering things. By the way, I just got to fucking point out, how stupid was fucking Burnham going, I'm sorry for spending time in the mirror universe, but I thought, fucking trying to affect the politics there would help us. How?
I didn't know. I must have been falling asleep at that particular. I didn't even remember that bit.
Spook obviously remembered. Anyway, I think that's it from us. We will be back
in about 45 minutes.
But in your time, it will be no time at all. Just watch for the next episode. We'll see you soon.
Bye. I need more beer.